Exit.
I'm going to teach y'all how to talk Southern. Say hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Who knows? Y'all.
Y'all.
The whole meeting.
Oh, y'all.
Okay.
Oh, y'all. Okay.
Oh, y'all.
This is all y'all to be doing. First off, I'll go ahead and mute yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dolores is on. Let me put you in a group. Oh, I already did. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and mute yourself so we get a good, clean recording. Very good. Yolanda, I'll mute you. Not everybody knows how to mute. Kathleen, do you know how to mute? Because I want y'all to mute yourselves. That way you have control over what you're doing.
What do you want me to do?
Just mute yourself.
How do I do that?
I'll do it. Okay. Okay. So, hey, everybody. I'm excited you're on. We are going to make this as painless as possible. So get out a little piece of paper, notebook paper, so you can take a few notes. First, I want to start by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a very get down to business, shoot from the hip, don't waste people's time. But I do want to take just this second to say thank you for doing this. What you're about to embark on can be life-changing to this resident for the next year to 2 years, but it can be life-changing in your world forever. And I know Dave and Jan Small have someone in their life that when they mentored this person had no idea that to this day, this person's still in their family. Like her kids are their grandkids. Like, it's just amazing. So the journey you're about to embark on can be a great blessing to this person and to you. So a few rules I want to do right up front. You're going to get some very detailed information about your resident. Whether you are with this mentor team through the bitter end, or you're just with them for a month and then something happens, this information is so confidential. I cannot express to you strongly enough how confidential it is. And you may think, well, it's not that big of a deal. It really, really, really is. So this is not something you post on Facebook. It's not something you talk to about your, with your family. If your family says, oh, how's that mentor thing going? You just say, great. Like, you don't tell their stories. It's just so important that, we control our tongue, because, the Bible says that the tongue is probably the worst of all weapons. And even in Revelation, out of the Savior's mouth came the double-sided sword. It came out of his mouth, because that is such a powerful. And so I just really want to be crystal clear that this is all confidential, and what you discuss with your team leader, what you discuss with me, that's awesome. Take it outside this bubble. So if everybody's good with that, I will go on. As you develop your relationship with your residents, you may be tempted to contact them outside of the group. They may actually ask you to contact them. I know that if I were one of the residents and I met someone like Angela or Keisha or Dolores, I'd be like, I want to hang with these sharp people. Can you call me? Can you take me to lunch? Can you come by and see me? Everything has to go through the team captain and myself. Okay. If you go to your team captain and you say, hey, I'm going to go to the Dream Center next Thursday. Can I look up Susie resident and just say hi? They are going to probably say, sure, I don't have a problem with that, but I'll let Joanna know. And then in turn, we'll let Jay, Sean, and Shauna know. You're going to meet them in just a minute when they finish eating dinner. And that just shows you how crazy busy they are all the time. But we have to have open communication here, and nothing can be done through the back door. Nothing can be done through subterfuge. It all has to be very transparent. And as you work with this person and you get to know them better, you'll remember these words. Right now, you're probably going, why would I go visit them outside the meeting? Just trust me on this, okay? Please let your team captain know. You don't have to let me know, but let your team captain know. Do you have any trips scheduled? Do you have vacation? Yeah, you. Get out of the heat. If you have a work schedule, anything that could conflict with team meetings, please let your team captain know. Just put, your name, and this is when I will not be available, or you can even say, these are the best days I'm completely open, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because your team captain, their number one responsibility is to get the meetings together and communicate to everybody where the meeting is, what time, yada, yada, yada. The good news is your very first meeting is going to be on July 31st, which is a Saturday from 10 until 12. We're going to feed you, and you're going to have your first mentor team meeting with Jay Sean and myself right there in the room with you. Okay? So we're not throwing you out to the wolves. And food is involved. And you guys all know that when food is involved, happiness erupts. Okay. If you can't make the 31st, we can FaceTime you in. So you need to work with your team captain on that and just make sure that the communication is open there. It's from 10 to 12. I'm suspecting from 10 to 11 will be meet and greet, get to know, food, all that. And then probably about 10:50 to 11, that's when we'll actually do the meeting. So that would be the time that you would FaceTime in. Okay. Okay, that's all of that. Let your team captain know your favorite form of communication. Is it texting? Is it email? Or is it an actual phone call? Please don't make your team leader call you for everything. Okay. I like texting. I like email because then you have a record of it and you can go back if you forget. Okay. But that's up to you. And that's between you and your team captain. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to introduce y'all to, Jan, yes. What question do you have, darling?
Are all teams meeting on the 31st?
Yes.
Okay.
The teams that are meeting on the 31st are the 5 launch teams. There's 4 teams on tonight. There's a team doing their meeting on Thursday. And so it will be the 5 launch teams. Okay.
Where's it taking place?
At the Dream Center.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. See, I leave these little tidbits out. I'm not on pain meds anymore. Kathleen?
Yeah, so I work Saturdays 9:30 to 6:30.
Okay, so you'll have to FaceTime in.
I can't. I will be at a house. I do autism and special needs, so I will be at a person's house working with their child.
Okay.
So I can't FaceTime in.
Let your team captain know, and that way they can work around and not do Saturdays moving forward. And they'll catch you up on everything that happened that day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sure. Anything else? Kathleen, are you the one that goes by Kat? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it's easier for everybody.
Okay, that's fine. Any other questions? Okay, now where did my people go? Where did they go? Oh, there you are. Okay, so Shauna and Jay Sean, you guys unmute, and I'm going to spotlight you. So the lady on the left with the Kansas City, I think that's Kansas City. Okay.
It is.
Didn't even know they had a team. Okay, so this is Jay Sean. She is the director of the whole Hope Wing, the whole Where Hope Lives program. This is Shauna. She is best known as Jay Sean's right, left, and third hand. If I cannot be at a team meeting, or if you have questions or whatever, your team leader will have their information. The first go-to will be Shauna, because Jay Sean has enough going on, but your first go-to will be Shauna. So your team captain will have all of her information. But that way, if you can't reach me and you have a quick question, you want somebody to come and sit in on your meeting or whatever, she's going to be your first go-to. Okay. They are going to be speaking to each group tonight. Let me remove this. They're going to be dropping in on each group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put y'all in small groups. Most of y'all know what small groups are, right? Okay. And your team leader is going to talk to you about what role each person's going to play, and see who can make it on the 31st, and just do a little bit of housekeeping that way. Your team leader does have the information on your resident. Then what Jay Sean and Shauna and I are going to do is we are going to pop in to each small group. When we do, we're going to take up about 2 to 3 minutes of your time, and we're going to give you the lowdown on your resident, things you must know about your resident. Okay, so we may have to interrupt you, but we want to make sure we get to all 4 groups and get y'all off within a reasonable amount of time. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into our breakout groups. And Jan, I think we're going to hit your group first. There will be an invitation that pops up on your screen. You need to accept it to go into your group. Okay, y'all ready? Let me make sure everybody is assigned. Oh no, we got more people on here. Okay, give me just a minute. Kavitha, you are in Mara's group. Okay, so that's Kavitha. Jane is in, Jane, you're a last minute addition. And Jane, I think you are in Jennifer's group. Yes, Jennifer's group. So that's Jane. Janine, you must have signed off and signed back on. So let me find where.
Yes, I was driving and coming up the hill where I live, the call dropped. The video and everything dropped. So I called back in.
Not a problem. Whose group are you in?
Oh, I forgot the name. It was 2 people.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Who has Janine? I'm not, for some reason, I'm not seeing it.
I think that's me, Joanna. Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yes, it's Jennifer. Yes, yes.
Good. Janine. And then Coach Queen Sheen. Who's your team leader?
She's in Tikesha's group.
That's my group.
Perfect.
Thank you, Lemmy.
You are in Mara's group. Sorry, guys. That's why I did so much of this ahead of time. And then, you know what? I'm going to put, just so you can kind of see what's going on, Beaverness. Beaverness, I'm going to actually put you with Jan and Dave so you can just kind of audit it. Okay, does that work? But make sure you don't get assigned to anybody. Okay.
I got you. Understood.
Okay. You got, so everybody, yeah, you're just make sure you remind Jan and Dave that you're just kind of auditing. Okay. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, watch for your invitation. Okay. All right. That's everybody. Okay. Hey, Sean. That's Betty.
What? They have Betty.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's just jump right in. Betty has a 1.5-year-old daughter. She is just about at the end of the program, but we have hit some life roadblocks. And so we are slowing down her process. And I think it'd be super beneficial for her to have outside people that she can ask for help that are not the lady who's like, hey, you didn't clean your room today, or hey, you didn't do this. She does well when she's poured into, definitely receives praise well, and that's something that she needs in her life. She did not have a mom. She had a very what's that word I'm trying to say? Traumatic upbringing. That's not the word, but that's close enough. Upbringing, and so she does well with like extra caring about her from a mom and dad standpoint.
Yeah, she doesn't get a lot of time outside of the Dream Center. Her dad also lives at the Dream Center. He's in the program. So it's like any family to visit that's healthy she has nowhere to go. So she gets stuck here. She is dealing with a lot of depression as well. And so, just pouring that love into her, taking her out for lunch, things like that, just making sure like she's really staying active with you guys. She spends a lot of time on her devices. So we're trying to work with her right now with that and try to get her off the phone a little bit, and have more face-to-face interaction with people.
I would say it'd be good to challenge. She sometimes has a very negative view, and can turn things to, oh, poor me. And so having people who are willing to be, I call it playing devil's advocate, seeing a little bit of both sides, well, questioning, I guess, a little bit some of the things that she tells you, not in a way for her to feel like you don't believe her, but helping her to start looking at things differently. We're trying very hard, but we are two against 18 people right now. So quite a few people that it's she just needs people. Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you guys an example, and this is not anything that's actually happened, but this is a good example of Betty. Betty is super sweet. She is very, very smart.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Intelligence can many times
Got it.
very manipulative. And showing all the grace in the world, one of the things that you might want to be careful of is she will, when they say she does a poor me, like she might say, well, you know, I could do such and such, but they won't let me.
Mm-hmm.
So your best response to things like that is, well, tell me more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to go into her rabbit hole of, oh, you poor baby. I would go so far as by your second meeting say, Betty, you're smart. You have a lot of potential. Let's figure out where we're going to take you from this point on, and quit living back here, negative zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my feeling, just working with her in the classroom and stuff. And she does tend to, she kind of likes to take charge, but it's in a controlling way. It's someone who she has very little control over her world, and especially her mental challenges. And so she'll jump in and tell somebody else what to do. Like, I might, if I were Betty, I would say, well, Dolores, what you should do is you should go to Jay Sean and you should say this, and you should, and what it does is it stirs things up. Am I hitting the nail on the head here, girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You are.
Things they won't say. So I would just be very careful about when she says things. It's not that I don't want you to believe her, but Jan, you've worked with enough of these girls to know you just kind of nod and say, huh, well, let's move on past that and figure out what's going to be best for you.
Yeah.
That's another day. So, all right. Any questions that y'all have about Betty? And Jan's got her little profile, her questionnaire, so you will get a copy of that. And then y'all can go ahead and meet and figure out when y'all want to meet on a bi-weekly basis. No questions? All right. So, girls, now how do I get you guys out of here? Hang on. Reassign you. I've never had to take somebody out of a room. Oh yeah.
Hey, Joanna,
Yeah.
do I have her birthday on this thing? Or am I not, we can't know that?
Betty,
Her birthday.
their birthday. That's a really good question. I would
It doesn't have her age on here or a birthday that I can see, but I'm just now scanning over it for the first time today.
say,
Sorry.
I would definitely make that a question that you ask her. And I will tell you guys too, and I would have said this with Jay Sean and Shauna here. She had her baby. Her baby is adorable. I mean, adorable. Just learning how to walk and all that. And she's temporarily given her up because she can't take the stress of having a child.
And she has another child?
I don't know how many she's got. I just know about the one.
There's 2 listed here.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to her need to control, and you can't control an 18-month-old or one.
That's good.
So they're doing a lot with parenting with her right now. I would not bring up the kids unless she does.
Right.
Because she may, I don't know, she may lie to you. I don't know what she could say, but I would make it all about her. And like Jay Sean said, pour into her. but don't blow smoke up her skirt.
And is she working?
I think she works at the Dream Center. She's a graduate. And when I say working, I mean, she's getting her room and board and she does stuff in the office and stuff like that. So these are questions you can ask her. These are good conversation points.
She says that she works at, here that she's a lead tech at the Robin's Nest.
I don't know. I just see her in class
Okay.
when she decides to show up. These are good probing questions. I would love to give you all the answers, Jan, and I could find out the answers, but these are probing questions for your meeting with her.
Okay.
Okay, y'all figure out who's doing what. And
Okay.
if you can find out, just confirm everybody can be there the 31st. Whoever can't, we will try to figure out how we are going to get around that.
Okay.
All right, you guys rock. Love you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, did y'all start yet? Oh,
Not really.
No,
We
you
were
were
just
introduced.
introducing.
oh, good.
Yeah, we were. Go ahead.
Okay, so they have Toby, Christina.
Yes.
So Shauna did a really good description of what Toby's going through right now with me the other day. So Shauna, I'm just gonna let you share that.
Sure. So Toby is in a place where she is very confused at the moment. She has a lot of trauma in her background, and because of that trauma, she got here and she decided she was going to identify as a male. And after a while, she decided, because she was still wearing girly clothes and doing girly things, and so I sat and had another conversation with her and was like, hey, you know, what are we still going with that, or what are we doing? And so now she has decided she doesn't want pronouns at all. And would like to be they, them. And so she is changing her name to Toby. And I think being very sensitive to that is crucial at this point. And just pouring love into her, you know, and showing her that, you know, no matter what she decides to identify as, is we're all here for her.
And I can
She's
tell,
only 19.
go ahead, Jay Sean.
No, go.
I can tell you just as one of her instructors, the first day she walked in my class, she did a split and a cartwheel. Has a lot of energy. She reminds me of an Aussie puppy.
Yeah.
She has a great attitude. She is adorable physically.
Yeah.
She will win your heart and soul.
Oh yeah.
And she'll talk your ear off. She will talk for hours and hours and hours and about anything. She's very artistic. Loves to paint and draw, and is very, very good at it. She draws these anime characters, and they're amazing. And
She's very young. She's 19. She has a daughter that she is fighting for through the courts. And yep, that her daughter is special needs, and so there's a lot of concerns. But Toby is probably the most loving kiddo on the floor right now.
How old is her daughter?
I think what? 18 months?
Yeah, about 18 months, I believe.
The paperwork.
No, she's
Okay.
nine
The
months, I'm
paperwork.
sorry.
9 months?
Yeah, she's only 9 months.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Her paperwork says 10 months, but I'm not sure when this
Yeah.
was
Oh.
filled out.
10
Yep,
months.
no,
Okay.
it is 10 months.
And then Toby listed their age as 21 on the paperwork. But
Oh, she's 21.
That can always change based on their mood.
that's fine.
That's true. That's true.
She might be. I don't have her date of birth in front of me, and
Yeah.
Okay.
it's too many for me to remember.
She comes off as very much the teenager, not like the more mature, some of our younger kids. So she could be 21. I could have sworn she was 19, but I'm wrong about all kinds of things, so it's okay.
Kind of remind you of a very young teenager.
Yes, very much.
Okay. A very sweet young teenager.
Very sweet.
Who is going to be in charge of her spiritual?
Lori.
That's me, Lori.
Okay, so Lori, some of the things that you can make sure happens is that one, she's not beaten up about not knowing her her gender identity right now. But the other thing is maybe to be able to teach her how to act in an adult situation.
Yep.
When to be kind of crazy and when not to. We talk about that in For Ladies Only a lot. When she's in there, like, okay, so Toby, this is a good time to like uncross your legs and put your feet together, and because I'm seeing everything underneath your skirt. And I mean, little things like that. Like, y'all have to remember that a lot of these girls, they haven't learned what your mom, your grandmom, your auntie taught you. So she's not very refined at all. She is definitely a diamond in the rough. So, but she's open to learning, isn't she? Like, she's like,
very.
Tell me, when we did tinsels on a formal dining place setting, she was fascinated with the difference between a steak knife, a dinner knife, and a serrated knife. Like, I never knew. Like, she is, y'all are going to love her and you're going to want to give her the world, but you're going to have to use a little bit of tough love and tell her to suck it up, Buttercup, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But she's adorable.
Mm-hmm. And on another note, her daughter, again, when we were talking about the special needs, you know, she's going through this process of learning parenting skills, and she's going through this process of learning sign language because her daughter is deaf. And so, you know, these are all things that maybe one of you could come alongside her and help her learn the sign language and, you know, really help pour into her with all that. She has a lot of appointments, medical appointments she attends with her daughter, visits with her daughter. It just, there's a lot with her. So we'll have to be strategic about planning the meetings with her.
Mara?
Do you know if her daughter is in the DDD system?
I'm not positive.
I'm
I know that they have a
guessing-
huge case.
Yeah, because DCS is involved. If they don't have it yet, they're in the process of getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Mara, who's in charge of family on your team?
Me. Kavitha.
Okay, so Kavitha, you're another person that can really help her get ready for a child and the stressors that will come with that, the joys, but also the stressors and things like that. So a lot of your jobs over education, finance, transportation, they're going to overlap. So don't feel like, well, I can only talk about true at all. Y'all are going to love her.
Yeah, you will. She's amazing.
All right, kids, we're going to go. I'm going to send you guys to the next room before we lose people. Jen and Zach, and their person is, I think it's Richard. Hang on. Yes, it's Richard. So hang on. Let me send y'all there. No, not me.
You want us to start without you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just in case people have questions. Let me see.
Okay.
Jen and Zach, bye. They're gone. Okay. Okay, do y'all have any other questions that I might be able to answer for you before you meet back with Mara? No?
Is there any?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Emmanuel.
Is there anything else we need to know about Toby to be ready to be prepped for a Saturday, or will we just meet and take it from there?
You're gonna love her. You're gonna fall in love with her. She's gonna be nervous, and when she gets nervous, she's just like a little kid. She's like a little puppy. She'll start, I mean, she does everything but pee on the floor. So, I mean, she's like, when she first walked in my class and saw me, she did a split and a cartwheel. I'm like, who are you? And she's like, hi. I'm like, okay. So yeah, y'all might think she's on something, but she's not.
Okay.
She's super cute, super nice. And she's not needy. She wants to learn, and she wants to be loved. But I will bring up the gender thing. I'm hoping that through prayer and us pouring into her, that she identifies with the gender that God intended her to be.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Mara, take it away. And Mara, you'll get a warning when you have 60 seconds left.
Okay, because we'll just talk until we're kicked out.
So I would be talking about people's schedules and after the 31st, when they can meet and what's the best thing for everybody.
Okay.
You're the best. Thanks.
So a little bit of the life skills where I don't think that he necessarily had parenting coming alongside him. So some of the things that you learn to pick up on social cues completely bypass him. And one of the things, and once you get to know anyone around here, they don't learn like the don't interrupt people. Oh, they love to interrupt. But like little life skills like that, I feel like he needs a little bit of guidance in that area, but I don't think he's just going to talk your ear off, and he's going to want to prove to you that he's right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Even if he's wrong, he's going to try to prove to you that he is right.
Yeah.
Or-
That's a great heart though, and
He really does.
oh, sorry, Joanna, go ahead.
Did y'all tell them that he's going to work for my daughter's school?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So he'll start a job the first week in August, and like we went out and bought him all these clothes, and the Dream Center bought him shoes and all that. He's so excited and so cute. He kept texting my daughter. She's an assistant principal, and he kept texting her saying, "Praise God for you in my life," and amazing. And I just love you. Thank you so much for helping me. And I am praying for you. And like, Mom, he has to understand that boss. I'm actually his boss's boss. And so I had to explain to him about nepotism. I said, you are communicating with Miss Shipe as, you know, someone you know or like in your social life. That's going to be seen as favoritism, and that's not cool in the workplace. And he goes, so I can't talk to her? And I go, oh, yes, you can talk to her, but the texting. So what I discovered was the explaining it to him. He didn't get it. But when I said, you got to stop texting her, he goes, gotcha.
Yeah, he's definitely one you have to be straightforward with.
Yeah. Direct.
And he won't get, like Jay Sean said, those social cues where he's like being really annoying in a group setting and you're like,
Hey,
bumping
hey.
him.
You
literally have to be like, Richard,
Stop.
calm down.
But he's
And then he'll
also,
understand it.
he is very sensitive as well.
Yes.
So if he will eventually catch on to what is perceived to be, he's been made fun of a lot of his life. And so he has that sensitive, he doesn't want people to make fun of him. He needs people who are going to help build him up and kindly, but sternly show him the right direction. Yeah.
And if he knows you care, he's going to listen. You're the only team right now that's going to have a young man. So y'all are really our guinea pigs here. But you know, he's super friendly. He's super adorable. He's got braces, just really sweet. And he's going to want to impress you. And he's going to want to impress you. And who's in charge of family with him on your team? Who's your family person, Jen?
Must not be here.
Zach, you are sitting so still that I thought you were frozen.
I thought it was a picture.
I don't think he's never sat still ever before in his life. So.
Oh, I thought that was just a picture. Like, that's a
No, I'm sitting in my car in a parking lot, so it's I don't know, just holding my phone.
We have Janine doing family. I think she's on her drive, so she's muted intermittently, but that's who we have right now for family.
So Janine, you might want to kind of be thinking about strategies of working with Richard and being able to say, you know what, Richard, let's think of a different way that if you have something to say and someone else is talking, what's a different strategy that you can possibly use? Like if it's his idea, he'll support it. So you've got to play sometimes you're going to have to play some games with him. Like, Richard, what do you think? Like, how do you feel when you're interrupted? Oh, I don't like it. Well, let's think of some strategies. I mean, this Alec in me wants to go, well, how do you think I interrupt me all the time? But you've got to kind of be about it. And, you know, his career, yes, it's covered. But let me tell you what, if he loves working as a parapro, he could be getting his teaching certificate and his degree, and he will have a job when he's finished with an endorsement from the youngest assistant principal in the state of Arizona. I mean, fell in love with him at his interview. I don't know who dressed, but my daughter said he looked like he was going to a formal, but he wants to impress. So, encourage him on the career path and the education path. Don't just sit in this job. Think about what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? Be proactive in how you're encouraging him.
Okay.
Now, is he currently attending Phoenix College or like in classes there?
No.
He's in the School of Ministry still. I believe he has 3 more blocks on that, which will take probably another year. Because they're like 6-week increments and they have like 4 weeks in between. So maybe 6 months probably, but so once he finishes that, I'm not sure what his next step is.
I'm not sure he's planning anything after that. Just getting a real job was kind of outside of his plan. Yeah, he was like, well, I'm just going to stay at the Dream Center and I'll volunteer upstairs, because we were like, whoa, we don't have enough for you to do. We need to find you another spot. Because he's like, can I do this? Well, whatever, can I do this? I'll work your shift. Can I? And I'm like, no, what? Hold on. So him getting a real job wasn't even in, like, he had never even dreamed that big, I don't think.
So who's in charge of education?
That's me.
Okay. So
okay.
You may want to do is you may want to do a little research in Washington District, Washington Elementary School, WESD. If someone's a parapro, what does it take for them to become a teacher? What kind of classes does he need to take? Because he can take online classes, but it means getting back from work and then maybe spending a couple of days a week, nights a week on the computer. And that's where my daughter can walk alongside him, because she got her master's while working full time. And two is that if you guys can put your feelers out to everyone, he needs a car desperately to get to his work every day. So I'm putting feelers out, car, all kinds of other people. If y'all can just kind of put your feelers out to the people and say, hey, do y'all know anybody who wants to donate a car to the Dream Center? And we'll make sure Richard gets it. Okay, any questions? Because we got one more group to hit.
How different is me doing the career portion versus the education portion?
Because you're going to talk to him about where he is right now. And if he absolutely loves it, give him 30 days and say, Richard, if you love this, maybe God is calling you into education. He loves children and he's working with kids with special needs. So one of the things at the Dream Center that happens is so many of our residents they're being recovered, they're getting their act together, and all they see as far as success is pastors, people in ministry, people in, like, it's very, very limited. And there's nothing wrong with those lanes. But the thing is that he can be in ministry of some type and still make money being an educator. Like, give one up to welcome the other.
Right.
You'll find that in meeting these residents, a lot of them, they think that's all because that's all they're exposed to right now, which is what they be exposed to right now. So be kind of, maybe you've got to empower them to do their own research, but maybe if you kind of walked down that avenue a little bit and showed him what you did, he has an access to a computer.
Okay.
And then if you'll just let Jen know, Jen can communicate with me and say, hey, he is loving this job. He loves the kids. He loves the school. I think this may be his avenue. Then I can put a little, birdie in Jules's ear, and she can have a couple of teachers start mentoring him.
Awesome. That's really good.
So you're going to see things. You're going to see things, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, he could do this. He could do this. He could do this. But you are going to fall in love with him.
Is he doing the School of Ministry at the Dream Center?
Didn't he? It's
no, it's at CSTN, Church for the Nation. Sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Right.
Yeah.
And then I had a quick question, Joanna. Is he's living at the Dream Center? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Room and board paid for, and everybody loves him, and he has a team that surrounds him. Would you want to leave? I want to live there. Okay.
Right? I know. I was just gonna ask for the housing thing. I know he said in his goals is eventually he wants a place of his own. Is that something like where is our balance there as far as encouraging, being at the Dream Center, being a part of this whole process, and also encouraging him to at some point transition to being out on his own?
Jay Sean, why don't you take that?
I'm so sorry. I had to, what?
What's going on your nose?
Shauna was blowing her nose.
Is to get his own place. So as far as housing, that lane goes, how do they work with him on that?
That very well may change once he has an income coming in and starts to actually see a life outside of the Dream Center. The life inside the Dream Center is the only life he's known that's been healthy for him, which is why he came back here. And he's like, no, I need to stay here. And we run into that all the time. Oh, I'm safe here. I have people who care about me. I just want to be here. And they forget that this is not their forever home, that they need to move outside. So as he starts working and saving money, and we're able to help him come up with a car, I think that helping him, like, well, are you still happy there? Do you want to still live where you have these expectations and extra rules? We'll just start coming alongside him and kind of be like, this doesn't have to be where you live. You have a job. You can still be connected. You can come back and volunteer at the Dream Center, be involved in the Dream Center. Doesn't mean you need to live here. So we'll just have to take it step by step.
And Jen, what you're going to find is that the housing, the transportation, and the education people and the financial, they're all going to work together on that. There's a lot of overlap. Yeah, Kat?
I have a question on that. So for like the bus, like how does he get to work? So I was gonna talk to him about the bus schedule and stuff. Is he allowed to have a phone and download like an app for the bus schedule?
He has a phone. He has one.
Okay.
And I have walked him through what the bus is going to look like for the beginning until he saves some money and we start, like, he can Uber back and forth, or at least
I was gonna say, is he allowed to Uber or Lyft too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. When we're available to take him to work, I've already asked caregivers to do that, but it's not a good time for us to be leaving the floor during meds and whatnot. So
Is his school that he's at close to the Dream Center, or?
It's not extremely far, but it is, it's off Peoria, and like where Peoria ends at that mountain is where the school is. So it's really going to be 2 bus rides for sure. And then he's going to have to walk a block to get to the school from where the bus ends. Yeah.
Kat, it's about 15 to 20 minutes because I went from Jules's school to the Dream Center a couple of weeks ago. And in the middle of the day, it was about 15 to 18 minutes. But in the rush hour in the morning, it may be a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
He needs.
Yeah, I've done the bus hopping thing before I had cars, so I'm familiar with how you have to, it takes hours just to take a 15-minute bus ride. It could take you 2 hours. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Kat,
Wow.
him about transportation. You can also talk to him about prepping the night before.
Oh, that's
Clothes laid out. Get a lunch that you can take. Because Jules said they're not going to be able to provide him lunch. She goes, I can sneak him food, but that's going to be kind of, table. But he's lunch. He's got to go to whoever's in charge of food at the Dream Center.
Mhm.
Can I have a lunch pack for me every day? And he's got to make sure that happens. So the prep in doing the bus and catching it the next morning so he's not late and not stressed out is really important.
Yeah, because it's best to leave early. Like there's a whole bunch of things you have to do to ride the bus. It's a job.
Yeah.
I've kind of walked him through because he's like, oh, I'm going to need to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, no. We looked at the route and what times he needs to leave. But to be clear, he will be responsible for packing his own lunches. No one here is going to do that for him.
Okay.
Before he starts work, we will take him grocery shopping and suggest you need to buy things that you can make or that you can grab out of your refrigerator, like Lunchables, because let's be honest, he's a young man. He's probably not going to make himself food. Maybe sandwiches, although he does like to cook, so I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong, but.
And I think they have a fridge for them at the school. I'm pretty sure they. Okay, we got to hit the other group. So I'm going to transfer you guys because otherwise Keisha's group is just going to say bye-bye. Okay, so
Thank you guys so much.
I'll see you tomorrow, Jane.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Good deal.
Bye. Bye.
Keisha. All right. Okay. Do y'all have any other questions for me?
I don't think so. Is there anything else you wanted me to go over tonight, Joanna?
The one thing is, and I think it would be up the lane of, might be family, I'm not sure, etiquette. Somebody needs to talk to him about flossing after he eats because he has braces and he needs it. He might even want to take an extra toothbrush. Y'all could even give him an extra little toothbrush kit to keep at the school because he's got braces. And every time I see him after a meal, I can tell you everything he just ate. So these are things that regular guys don't think about. Zach's probably cracking up right now. So he's got a little bit of scarring from acne. And so I am going to put him on a good system with my products to try to help him with that and give him a little bit more confidence. So, you know, maybe that'll help as well. But, you know, he's a great guy. You're going to love him. You're going to love him.
I know, Zach, I think he might have lost service, but I know he's really excited that we have a young man. And I know there's a couple other guys in our group, so I think it's going to be great.
I'm excited. Okay, you guys, let me jump over here.
Yay. Okay, bye.
Okay,
A few minutes.
Yeah.
I've been wrong on all the kid ages, so. She has an adorable baby that she's fighting for.
Yes.
And a bit of warning there. It can go one of two ways when you talk to her about her. Sorry. Some days she's okay, and some days she's in a rational place of mind, and some days it's just hurting her heart too much, and it doesn't. And not that I've never seen her really snap without apologizing, but it is a sore subject. There's a lot. This is one thing about her. She carries all the guilt, like all the guilt. She's not letting any of it go. And it's something that I've really been working with her about laying it down. Take guilt for your part and then let it go. Like, you need to learn to forgive yourself. God forgives you. All those kinds of things. No, it's Danielle. Sorry, there's other people in the other office. I was like, who is that? She has an amazing walk with God. An amazing walk with God. Yeah.
She's our most recent graduate. Her papers have been signed off. She has not had her celebration yet.
That'll be next month, so y'all should come.
Yes, for sure.
So she is doing really well. She wants to give back and serve some way or another. She's not sure where she fits in there yet, and she's trying to figure out like where, if her heart is ready for that, if she's ready to be in a leadership position. She's currently doing peer support training. So she's going to classes 2 days a week. I think it's 2 days a week. And then also doing something else on the computer. What was it, Joanna, the other thing she's doing?
She's taking basic computer courses because I told her you would make an amazing, like as a starting job, an office assistant, because she likes smaller groups, she connects. But I want to tell you guys something. She is so excited to be in this group. Like, when I asked her, I said, hey, that group, she goes, I was praying I would get in their group. I was just praying. You guys, I love her. She is, I would bring her home with me in New York Minute. You know her, she worships Keisha. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Almost as much as she loves me, but not quite.
No one loves you like that, but all of us.
Very still waters run deep kind of person. Like, she's very calm, she's very even keel, and then she'll say something and you're like, that was impressive. And she is the Stop Traffic Walk hero for this year.
Yes.
So but I've already got your schedule and we're good to go as far as when you guys are going to meet every other Wednesday. No, you've got like the second. Anyway, I've got it on the schedule. And then she'll meet with her advocate after that. So it's all good.
We are good. We're excited. Oh, so let me ask you, for the meet and greet on July 31st, the residents will be there, right?
Your people? Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because we as a group, as a team, want to do a gift basket for our residents. So can we present that there for them?
But really do it on the down low because I don't think anybody else will think to do that. So
So maybe should we do it on our first session? We give it to her then?
might work.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
I'm glad we brought it up.
Good call. Good call.
Let me warn you, 90% of the things you give her, she's going to give away.
She has a really kind heart. Yeah.
She kills me. She kills me. Other girls come in and she goes, hi, you can have this and you can have that. I'm like,
Oh, she's got a beautiful heart, man.
Yes.
I love her. I love her.
well, I'm going to let you guys go. It's 5 till, and I want to bring everybody back together. So let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. Breakout rooms. Close all rooms. Dan and Dave sent their people home. I just want to make sure y'all don't have any other questions or concerns or anything. And, you know, just tell you guys again how much we appreciate you and we're here for you. You know, you can't mess up.
Yeah. And then Joanna, do all the team leads have my phone number already?
No, I'm going to give that to the team leaders.
Okay, yeah. And then if the team leads could just text me your name and then who you have, your resident, that way I can save it in my phone that way and be able to communicate more efficiently.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, hi.
31st, dress is casual. It's going to be warm. So anything short of a bathing suit, yourself out. And Shauna, I know you were going to wear your bathing suit, but we're going to start. We'll finish at 12. I start on time. I end on time, and we'll have a great time. It'll be fun.
I have a great sun hat to go with my swimsuit too. Just saying.
I'll wear my cowboy hat and not a swimsuit because that's not, we don't need all that. But finger foods, right, Joanna? We're doing like light finger foods. Okay, I'm calling the lady right after this.
Breakfast burritos or something like that. Yeah.
That's not finger food, lady, but okay.
Okay.
I'll find something. Whatever she has, I'll just be like, bring it.
Okay.
Before you come. All right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
And please,
Thank you.
you can ask me anything, and I will either know the answer or I'll figure it out.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for being on, guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.